And welcome back. So that was our lovely special on fighters. Let me put myself back in my original position down here with my Dominion symbol. Welcome back, guys. This is almost normal, except my green screen is being terrible today.
Well, that's the most important part of the show, obviously, is your Dominion symbol.
Exactly. It's my beautiful, beautiful face and my attempt at a Riker beard.
That was supposed to be a Riker beard?
No. Shut up. Hey, I'm trying for at least, 2 Rikers on the Riker scale of beardliness.
What? I'm getting all the chicks, so you're going to handle the beard part?
Exactly. I mean, I gotta have something going for you, right, man?
I guess that means David's getting the trombone.
No. I played trombone in high school because I thought it was that darn cool.
Wait, sir. What in the world would possibly lead you to the conclusion that a trombone is cool?
I watched TNG, man. Riker.
Oh. In retrospect, I probably should have seen that coming.
The cycle is complete.
Yeah, we should probably talk about what's it called? DS9.
Let's do this DS9 thing. So DS9 has come out recently, and well, let's be honest, it's a terrible thing to fly. However, it is a darn fun-looking thing to fly.
Okay, let's be clear here. There are 4 legal base templates for DS9, 4 different ships.
Mm-hmm.
You have the abandoned Nor class orbital space station. You have the Deep Space Nine that came with the prize from the Dominion War, which we call Torpedo DS9. You have the retail DS9, which is the Shield DS9, which is terrible. And you have Terok Nor. Of these, the only one you will ever want to play for any reason whatsoever is Terok Nor.
Indeed. And remind me of the ability of that one?
That's the one that lets you shoot at range 3 from any direction.
Gotcha. Yeah, because generally the stations, number 1, can only shoot range 3 from their pylons or range 2 from their 360 arc. Gives them a small blind spot at range 3 from certain angles.
Well, it's really more of a blind spot than you might think. I mean, probably you know this, but for those of us, there are people in the audience out there who did not play in the Dominion War OP series. And if you're thinking that, oh, those pylons cover everything. No, they really don't. Like I won a round in my 3rd round of OP6 for Dominion War. My opponent captured Deep Space Nine. And then I blew up all her ships, and I sat down and I said to her, I'm playing Federation. I was playing Federation. I have a 1 forward and a 1 back. I'm going to sit here out of range of your pylons in range 3 and kill you, and you can do nothing about it. Because at the time, Deep Space Nine couldn't. So this is something you want to be careful of. Or run Terok Nor.
Terok Nor.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Terok Nor gives you your range 3 shots at any direction, so that covers your 1 weakness. Mm-hmm. You can cover that a little bit with the spinning maneuvers if you plan it well enough. But it seems like a lot of extra work that you can get for free. Yeah.
By the way, the other nice thing about the spin maneuvers, occasionally on Terok Nor, you'll bring something in range of the pylon, you'll get +1 attack die effectively. But the really, really nice thing about them is that effectively when you're shooting at 360 anyway, they're effectively a full stop maneuver.
Which is pretty neat. A thing that no other ship in the game can do.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have momentum, apparently. Oh, and unless you take the full stop talent, that would be a thing. But, yeah. So, the benefits of running DS9. Well, number 1, we already talked about the penalty of having a huge base. The advantage of having a huge base now. Let's see. We've got basically your ship counts as an obstacle, which is kind of hard to avoid because it's larger than any planet.
Mm-hmm.
No, stop dropping my frames. Why are you dropping my frames?
Let's see, what else? You can shoot everything. You are in range of everything.
If you sit yourself right in the middle of the board, there is like maybe 2% of the board all the way at the corners that you can't reach. Other than that, it's pretty much a heyday for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if something was really hiding in the corners, you could move a little closer to it.
The big juggernaut coming for you. I'm going for it. Yeah, let's see. The marking ability of stations, the space station and the Borg cube. Whenever you move other ships, you don't bump, but other smaller ships actually go on your base. And well, basically, if they still stay on your base in their next movement, they lose their action like they bumped into you.
Mm-hmm. It's also worth mentioning, apparently, things that are the same size, so cubes and DS9s and stuff, bump normally, which is sad. I wanted to stack cubes on top of each other.
But it's also kind of hilarious because the oversized cube only loses its action if it bumps into something with a hull of 10 or more.
Yeah.
The only thing with a hull of 10 is the oversized cube.
So Deep Space Nine loses its action if it bumps the cube, but the reverse is not true.
Indeed. DS9 loses its action if it bumps a tactical cube.
Well, that's stupid.
I'm pretty sure it even loses it if it bumps a sphere. I think it's 7 or more. So if you mark one of those ships, you are considered to have lost your action. Then again, this is probably less of a problem with DS9 since the most you can move generally is 1. However, it does also hurt you that that anything on that is already on your ship base, you generally will not be escaping it.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, just on that note, WizKids refuses to answer my questions about this, but here's the deal. A thing you can do. So WizKids has said, first of all, there is a 2 maneuver. There is a 2 maneuver.
Oh yeah.
2 forward. WizKids has said that ion thrusters off the blind by. Please don't ever do this, by the way. Please don't ever do this. On the 3rd wing, says that they
increase the maneuver by 1.
Yeah, that's the one. Increase the maneuver on the maneuver dial. Okay. Well, that means that you're doing you're revealing on your dial a 3 forward. That means you can use warp drive refit,
which turns it into a 4 forward.
Right. So zippy zoom zoom.
This is why we have O'Brien on the station. He can do these things.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, this is still of questionable legality because WizKids doesn't return my phone calls anymore. But this is one thing you can do. I don't know.
Is that do with air quotes?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a check with your TO type thing, but it sounds fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's those things. It's not broken at all. That just sounds fun.
It's really bad. Let's be clear about this. It's really bad.
a lot of points just to get you into the middle of the battlefield on turn 1.
Yeah.
Or no, not even, because it uses the big ship rules. You're still going to be on your half of the board for 3 turns.
Right.
Crawling along.
Yeah. I mean, it's just funny because Deep Space Nine burns out its engines in the first episodes, and this is giving it a warp drive. Because yeah. Anyway, so do we want to talk about actual builds for DS9, like actual build things?
Well, we can talk about ideas. I'm not sure about actual builds, but like DS9, one of its biggest strengths and weaknesses, of course, that makes it different than everything else, is its huge, ginormous base. This means that also anything that has an aura or a range on it is also going to be commensurately more powerful, because when you have your one single base versus your 12-inch base, range 1 from a station is a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So things to consider might be for things like captains. Clark Terrell would make a fine DS9 captain, because you can have your ships all the way on other sides of the board almost, and they would still be benefiting from him. Dinatra's a good one. Who else has a good aura? Martok. Martok will pretty much never be out of range to give his extra action.
Yeah.
All of the fleet captains. Oh, the target locking Kira?
Yeah, that's one you see a lot. One thing DS9 does get used for, in its not Terok Nor version, is people doing God help them faction pure Bajoran builds, and they'll tend to put Interceptor Kira. No, that's
a Quorum Kira.
A Quorum Kira, yeah, a Quorum Kira on DS9, so that it target locks everything.
And you can have your station, which is the only Bajoran ship that has more than 2 attack.
Yeah, not saying it's amazing, but
it is Bajoran pure.
Yeah.
Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that?
Masochism.
Well,
you are doing it for the profits.
You could run Bajoran Kira as a captain with Federation crew. Remember, it is dual faction.
Yeah, but the fleet pure people will probably be up in arms on that one.
Oh. Let them go suck a lemon.
That is a much light thing than I was going to say.
Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to say about this particular line of thought before we got out of it, the large base is incredibly hilarious for any kind of suicide attack.
Ooh.
I didn't even think about that.
I stab at these, self-destruct sequences, all kinds of things like that. What is it? Is there the Borg self? I don't know if it can take the Borg self-destruct sequence, but isn't that the one that goes off of how much hull you have?
Yeah.
Range 3 from a station. Escape that.
On the note of huge amounts of durability, the one thing that's another thing you can do with this is Wayunin 1.
Indeed.
Fly around with Martok, or my favorite is fighters with a squad leader, and use SotF instead of Wayun for that, actually. And just, you have 8 shields, and you're going to have to go through them every single turn forever.
So we all know Wayun. Wayun, he can disable to save a crew from discarding. One, of course, is the Borg who came from the blind ship.
Yeah.
He's a crew. Yeah. His ability is you discard him until the end of the turn. Instead of destroying shields, you disable them instead.
Right. Now, in order to do this, because you can't steal things anymore, I'm not bitter, you have to use a sideboard.
Yes, because if you're playing in the 50-point limit, then you cannot fit everything on DS9 that you need.
Or wait, Will, oh my God, Will.
Tucker.
They use 4 points, right?
Yes. Oh no.
Terok Nor Officer Exchange Program. Ah!
I just face palmed.
Yes!
Don't mind me.
It is legal for another 18 months.
I'm
Suck
good.
it.
I'm good over here.
And we will of course be talking about that coming up very shortly, as soon as we're done with DS9.
Hey, and you know what? Yeah, with the whole self-destruct, Terok Nor, it works on all versions except the torpedo one, because that one doesn't have a tech slot.
All the other ones have tech slots? Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, the Nor class doesn't.
Oh.
Gotcha.
But you wouldn't want it. Well, yeah, you'd want it on the Nor one, but
here's a thought. 360.
Sorry, we're losing you, Tucker. Until we get you back. Dr. Nickett, where did Officer Exchange Program come from? The Officer Exchange Program is the new resource that is coming from the very next OP event, the Price of Honor? I think it's something like that. Which is what we're going to be talking about just as soon as we're done with DS9. It is a 0-point resource that lets you mix two factions of captains and crew without paying fleet penalties and getting a discount on your captains and admirals, I believe.
One admiral, yeah.
It is a silly one. Tucker sounded so excited, and now he's missing from the call.
Yeah.
Poor Tucker. Yeah. David, any fun ideas of your own that you've come up with for DS9?
Since I haven't bothered to buy it, since I just have my prize one sitting up on my shelf looking longingly at me.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, with no
Girls.
maneuver dial. I haven't messed around with it too much. Like I'll use it for a fun game or something, but
Hi, Tucker.
I haven't done too much with it. It's there's some stuff there. I like some of the things we've been talking about. The whole self-destruct thing. Of course, the Wayun one is super powerful. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of throw my hands up and say it's usable, but I don't think DS9's the best thing out there.
No, it's really not. I mean, look, this is the closest thing to a competitive build on DS9. Hi, I'm back, by the way. Is like one Wayun Terok Nor, and then like Federation fighters unique with support ship and squad leader and something else. And the reason you run Fed fighters is because the point of the build is to keep the fighters alive so they can keep granting Wayun that action.
Mm-hmm. So that's so that you always have the 8 regenerating shields.
Yeah, you know what? I just realized for the fighters it has to be SotF because Wayun doesn't have an action, but it works for SotF.
Ah, that's right.
Oh no! But he takes a faction penalty. Okay, so you put Martok on something and run it.
You could change your Officer Exchange Program faction.
Borg, you have 3 factions in play here, and you can't have faction penalties for any of them.
That's right.
I thought about that. I tried it. But yeah, the one thing you could do is you could put Martok on something. I don't know what. Make a 40 or a 38-point ship out of Martok and something. Maybe Martok on Voyager or something ridiculous.
I was just going to do Martok on a science vessel and Denatra on a science vessel.
That would work.
It's a thing. There's all kinds of possibilities. Get your station, get an extra action or 2 for it, and then you have infinitely regenerating shields. Maybe not infinitely, but if they don't kill you in the first volley, they probably won't kill you after that. Problem is, you're probably going to die in the first volley. Because these things happen.
Why not take something like ISS Defiant with Bashir to take one of those shots away or something?
Ooh.
Say that one more time.
You take like ISS Defiant with Bashir, so that Bashir takes a shot away, so that first volley they won't kill Terok Nor. And you can probably kill one of their ships first.
Question: is Bashir in action?
Yes.
is, let me just look at something. I need to do some, I'm good at math here. Okay, so...
Tucker, I didn't think you would take this so seriously.
No. I'm thinking about this. You know what you could do is you could do, if you had SotF, stay with me, on Bashir's ship with Riker, Phlox, and Crusher, you could draw fire every single turn.
If you survive beyond the first turn.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Because as soon as you're drawing fire from one ship, then it's like, yeah, might as well kill you with everything else.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't leave room for Martok, which you actually need for the rest of the build. It's just a thought. I do like David's idea of just drawing fire with Bashir, though. That seems good.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever throw Tasha on there just to exact vengeance. And...
Yeah, this might actually be a time to run all of those, hey, hit me, and I do more things cards, which are all terrible. I stab at thee.
Counterattack.
Yeah, it's just, well...
Counterattack's an action, bro.
Yeah. Alright. It's going to be hard to use that and Bashir. Yeah, that's what Riker's for.
Oh, you know what? You could put the counterattack guy, Captain, on there.
Counterattack Borg. Along with the actual counterattack die, even if you wanted to.
Well, remember, you're using the resource to fit Wayun and one on thing.
So,
cool. Yeah, there are some fun things you can do with DS9. It is of course not optimal, but it looks darn good on the table, and you can make all your X-Wing friends jealous. And that's the most important thing here, is getting more people away from X-Wing into Star Trek.
Why would we... You know what? Never mind. I'm not getting into that.
The game is being fixed. It totally is getting fixed.
Fixed like a dog, not fixed like something broken.
All right. Let us continue.